All right, Anthony on Air Podcast back for another episode. How about J-Sabs here up at the top of the show? What's up, J-Sabs?
Raise the roof. Raise it.
All right, let's go
Raise
through
that.
the rundown. Ghislaine Maxwell racking up some complaints. Donald Trump versus Ron DeSantis. Paul Haggis arrest in Italy is crazy. This bank thief robbed $200K from a New York City bank without even having a weapon. Biggest fish in the world broke Amber Heard shopping at discount stores in the Hamptons. And we've got some transgender banning and some detransitioning to talk about, plus Kim K's Father's Day and embarrassing Instagram moments. That's a show. Let's go. All right, Ghislaine Maxwell stuff off the top of the podcast here, J-Sabs. Can you take a stab at how many complaints Ghislaine Maxwell's team has filed in the 22 months that she's been behind bars?
500.
That's a lot. That's way more than
153.
100 complaints. Just over
Okay.
100 complaints. In fucking 22 months?
I mean, I would have racked up like 500, but that's just me.
Yeah. That's like fucking, wait, I got to get a calculator and figure this out. 22, what's 50 divided by, that's 2 complaints a month?
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah, I guess that's not bad. She's complained about everything in prison, from being filmed while watching TV and in the shower. To of course, invasive body cavity searches.
That's not complete.
Strip searches. She was handcuffed to a chair while watching television.
Again, not a complaint.
She said in one of the complaints. Yeah, like an insane amount of stuff here. She's just trying to get a lighter sentence. Her team, by the way, pushing for 5 years as she faces 55 years.
Oh, okay. That's it?
Yeah, she's fucking crazy. She's fucking crazy. But I will say, getting a bit of her own medicine, right? Getting filmed while she's in the shower, getting body searched. Must be shitty when somebody does something to you that you don't want them to. Motherfucker. That's it.
Okay.
June 28th, sentencing day. Next topic.
Let's talk about Trump. He sucks. I'm being frank again.
Jumpstart Coffee Company sponsors our episode. Proud sponsors here. They support the Navy SEAL Foundation. We support them. They support us. A lot of support. More support than a Lizzo bra, J-Sabs, is our relationship with Jumpstart Coffee Company.
That's not saying much, but okay.
I feel like she's got a lot of anyway. Dolly Parton bra. I don't know, whatever works. We're just this is all just practice until we actually go live.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say she doesn't look like she has any support ever when she's wearing anything. So
that Lizzo's keeping the weight on. I will say, I thought she would Jennifer Hudson this thing by now. She's sticking with it.
And she loves to show videos of her eating.
She does love to do the TikTok eating videos, doesn't she?
Yeah. Oh, that's so gross to me.
TikTok eating?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, okay, show your food, that's one thing, but show yourself eating food, just to me, it's just gross. Like, why?
Is it the lip smacking like Frank hates, or it's just you don't like to look at people eating?
I don't like to look at people eating, and also, there's a name for it. There's a sexual name for it, like when you like to watch bigger girls eat.
Oh, okay. All right, I have to give you a confession here.
You like that?
I masturbate to it twice a day. Now,
okay.
Your friend, who also may be known as Cuddles, loves watching people eat on the internet. In fact, she watches those fucking videos. What do they call them? Ruckbangs or mukbangs? Duckbangs? Where people just eat an ungodly amount of food in front of the camera. She watches those at nauseum.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
at
Uh-uh.
Northland. Yeah. And it's like a lot of the times it's like a little like Asian girl. They're like this big, and she's eating like 17 pounds of food. It looks like when a snake eats like a raccoon and you can just see it in its stomach. That's kind of what it looks like.
Or okay. Are they eating hot dogs?
No, a lot of it is like Asian food. I think it's like a big thing in Asia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it really is. And then, but I also see some people doing it here. Like there was this one guy who was coming across my YouTube feed for a while. He was like a fucking crazy athletic, just muscle bound dude. 6 days a week, hits the gym like 4 times a day, personal trainer, looked like he was chiseled out of a fucking rock. And then on the seventh day, he just would eat like 7,000 calories and
Oh my god.
he would just film the whole day. He'd film breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He'd go to the donut shop and he would get like 12 donuts and then he would eat all 12 donuts in front of the camera. It was fucking crazy.
Hot.
Yeah, it was a little hot. I jerked off to him too. Anyway, not the point. Point is
Huh.
we're gonna have to do a make good for this jumpstart read. You can get the medium roast, the dark roast blend, the espresso blend, the light roast blend. Maybe you're a decaf person, maybe you're a half calf person, whatever it is. Jumpstart has a great coffee for you, and whichever one you purchase, 50% of their profits go over to the Navy SEAL Foundation. So it's important you grab a bag today. If you haven't reordered in a while, reorder now. If you haven't tried it and you're just tired of your old shitty 7-Eleven coffee, this is gonna really, really take you up to the next level of coffee. It is the best coffee I've ever had. I'm a caffeine addict. I'm proud to admit that. And like I said, they support those who support us and give us our freedom. So grab some Jumpstart coffee. Link in the description below. Use the promo code AOA15 to save 15% off. All right, Trumpy Trumps versus DeSantis. Here's the story that was
Trump
in
sucks.
the New Yorker. You are starting to sound like Frank. I can't get a point across without Frank jumping all over me, yelling about how much he hates Trump. Then he makes me
Um,
feel bad. He makes me feel bad. I finish the show and I go, am I not being hard enough on that guy? I don't know. I feel like I'm being fair.
um, I think his TDS rubbed off on you the last 2 episodes. Oof.
What's TDS?
Trump derangement syndrome. No, I heard that you were going off about Trump the last 2 episodes.
It's been a lot because of the January 6th thing, but the point that I've been trying to make over the last couple of episodes is like you have the Republican administration, the staffers, the lawyers, the people who worked in Trump's administration giving testimony that's pretty damning against Trump. And like really shitty stuff. Like he knew, like things that everybody kind of knows, but he knew the attack was happening. He was, he knew. We learned the latest thing we learned is that he knew Mike Pence couldn't do anything and still went out and said that he could have. Like still caused all that shit, even though 2 days prior they ran it up the legal flagpole and knew that they would never win a Pence turning the election, back to the states that they were trying to propose, and yet he still went through with it.
Right.
And then they like proved that he took $260 million of donations and gave like 2 million to his friends. He funneled 200 grand into his hotel. $5 million went to go pay for the rally before January 6th. And I would just be pissed off if I was like a fucking huge supporter of his.
Here's the thing. You're not you're not a huge supporter of anyone, so you can't understand it.
That's right. I'm not. I don't
And
get it at
like
all.
what Rhonda and I was just gonna say this too. Uh, Rhonda just said, "Are you just learning who he is?" Right. He's a businessman. And he's also now a politician, which I guess if you mix them both together, not a great thing. It could be. Um, sorry, gas, sorry, food. But um, sorry, inflation. Um, I don't know. I just feel like You probably can't understand because you don't have that love for someone ever.
No,
So,
not even my wife. Shh.
okay.
No, I actually love my wife. The kids.
Mm.
No, and that's the thing too. And then people go with the argument like, "Oh, well, Biden's doing it better." Like, no, I don't love that guy either. I don't get it, and I don't understand how just calling people out on their shit has become this whole thing. But the point is it's not so much an anti-Trump thing. It's I don't understand how you can still blindly love and support this guy, knowing all this shitty stuff. Again, this is not like left-wing people throwing shit around. This is his fucking people. His own daughter being like, I trust, Bill Barr's word. And then him going, my daughter was out of it. She checked out. She was just, she didn't know what she was talking about. It's like, it's your own
Mm.
fucking daughter.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
I
It doesn't
don't,
matter.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. You want to know what's hysterical? So somebody writes me and goes, I was listening to the show until all the Trump bashing. And then
Mhm.
I write back and I go, where was like when we were just like reading the testimony from Republicans and Ivanka, and then she wrote me back and she goes, "Oh, I didn't know that." It's
Oh,
like
whoops.
it's not like we're making this up or fucking Chuck Schumer's telling us this is what happened. These are fucking people that were there, and everybody is saying the same shit, and yet they're still believing one guy. How is everybody lying except for the one guy? I don't get it. I don't
I
get it. I understand the anger towards Biden. I have no problem with that. He is doing a fucking awful job. He shushed a fucking reporter today that was asking about inflation or not inflation or the crashing stock market or something bad. And he was like,
Hey, man.
he's like, you're making that up. Don't make up things. It's like, what? No, like fucking exist in our world, live in the real world. Like you're colossally fucking this up.
I mean, that poor guy falling off his bike. It was pretty funny because it was probably the slowest fall off a bike I've ever seen in my life.
I forgot that happened over the weekend. We haven't done a
I
show since
know.
that happened.
Pretty funny though.
You broke that story to me, by the way. I did not
You're welcome.
know that was happening. And then also inconsiderate because send a link. Like if you're gonna make a joke like that, and it happened
I'm
like
sorry.
15 minutes before, I had to go search in the internet to find out what the hell you were talking about. I mean, I didn't
Right.
have to search far because it was basically everywhere.
All right. So what about Trump and DeSantis then?
By the way, he went down like a cartoon tree when they're fucking chopping it, and it just kind of slowly just that's fucking what is that crazy old asshole doing on a fucking bike?
Oh, I don't showing off that he's a lot like I probably just showing off. Like, look at me, I could still ride a bike.
Like you're old and disillusioned and
Mhm.
fucking, bordering on just crazy. And you're like, I know, I'll fucking go for a bike ride.
I wouldn't even attempt to ride a bike right now.
Why?
I said I wouldn't even attempt to ride a bike right now. Huh? You just did a Joe Biden. Huh?
Huh? What? Um,
Uh,
Vicky, I think you guys should keep the negative politics out of it. Like but that's am I making sense? It's not negative. It's
no.
what
No.
happened. It's what happened. Judging by people of the same ilk and party and conservative values saying what he did because they were in the fucking room. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Anyway,
Getting all fired up here. Good. Get
I'm
ahead.
getting well. Here's the point of Trump versus DeSantis. There's an article out in the New Yorker, I believe, and they're saying that people in Trump's camp are starting to dig up the dirt on DeSantis
Oh.
because that like there's not going to be anybody else. Like Pence is going to be in it, DeSantis, Trump, Tom Cotton, maybe, but it's going to come down to DeSantis and Trump, and everybody kind of
Is he definitely gonna run? DeSantis?
Yeah, I think he's running. Again, nobody's really saying it.
Right.
Nobody's really talking about it. But they were also pointing out the fact that that he stopped showing up at Mar-a-Lago, DeSantis.
Oh.
That after the election, after Trump lost the election, he just fucking stopped visiting.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Burn.
Yeah, he wasn't coming around no more. And he's been distancing himself. And remember when the fucking building collapsed in Miami? Was it
Oh,
Miami?
yeah.
He was scheduled to go to Mar-a-Lago to do something then. And then Trump's people were like, "Oh, I don't know if he's going to show up or not." And then he didn't show up. And then Trump covered and was like, "I told him not to come. I told him to go to the fucking building where they needed his help." And people were like, "Okay, guy." Yeah. So much so that fucking Pierce Morgan did a op-ed today that basically called like that. Here's the title of the op-ed: "Memo to Republicans: It's time to dump the Donald and run with the Ronald."
Wow. Snap.
Pierce Morgan, ladies and gentlemen. Mm-hmm.
Well, okay.
But again, this just goes to what I've been saying, what fucking Pierce Morgan was saying, what everybody's been saying, which is let this fucking thing go and move the fuck on. Like, you keep saying you didn't lose the election and you look as crazy as an old man who just fell off his bike in a cartoonish manner.
Oh, man.
Should be the
Poor guy.
easiest fucking layup win in history, and you can't fucking keep it together, like nut bar.
Right,
You
just
know,
stop saying you won. That's it.
that's it. That's all you gotta do. Stop saying you won. Just
That's
fucking
it.
move on. Just fucking move on and be like, "Oh, sorry about that January 6th thing. I fucking lost my head for a second there."
Right.
Well, that's all. All right. Paul Haggis arrested in Italy. Did you hear this story?
Who is Paul Haggis? Oh my God.
Paul Haggis wrote and directed Crash. Remember the movie Crash? Won the Oscar in fuck, I don't even remember what year it
Oh
was.
yeah.
2016 or whatever. He wrote Million Dollar Baby. You ever see Million Dollar Baby?
Probably pieces of it. I did not see the whole thing.
Yeah. So huge dude in Hollywood. He was over in Italy for a fucking film festival. He's with this woman in the airport. The woman starts freaking the fuck out. Because he's trying to like get her on a plane, refuses to get on a plane. Italian police come over. She accuses him for holding her hostage for days and repeatedly raping her from Sunday evening to Wednesday.
Damn.
That's fucking crazy. He got arrested in the airport. The woman told the cops in the southern city of Brindisi. She said, "We were supposed to work together, but instead he raped me from Sunday to Wednesday."
Oh, okay.
Crash won the Oscar in 2006.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so how did they know that? I guess she just told police in the airport. Is that?
She was hiding in the airport. They found her after Haggis abandoned her there. A flight attendant who brought her to the authorities said she was destroyed and she spoke with difficulty. She was taken to the hospital to be treated for what prosecutors described as repeated non-consenting sexual assaults.
Mm.
More information hasn't been released yet. Haggis, who's 69, was in a nearby town of Ostuni for the Allora Film Festival. He's being detained by police, but many details remain unclear. That's fucking crazy.
I mean, the first part being held hostage. Okay. The second part, the rapey stuff. Not
Not so
really.
hot,
Yeah.
right?
No.
Ruins the fantasy a
I
little
thought
bit.
you were going to like a 365 kind of setting, and then I was like, okay.
Yeah, not so much so.
No.
I don't know. Like, it's weird. Like, you'd never see this shit coming from people, but that's like a weird, like, some people will creep you out. This guy, although he's a little odd, I don't see him as like it looks like anybody could
Is
kick
like
the living
rapey?
shit out of him.
Oh,
Yeah, he doesn't look rapey.
okay.
Some people look rapey. Isn't that
Yes.
weird?
I I mean, I've definitely like walked past people, seen the picture online and been like, "Oh, he looks rapey." You know,
Yes.
like, no thanks.
Yeah.
So I get it. He
Haggis ain't
did
one
he,
of them.
he didn't look rapey though, because I
No,
saw
he
the
didn't look
picture, but
rapey.
I didn't. Yeah.
All right. Thief in New York City walks off with $200,000 from an unlocked ATM
Damn.
at a Midtown TD Bank. This guy made off with 200K after he saw the money storage compartment wide open. Police say he entered the TD Bank at 885 6th Avenue and West 33rd Street at 11:35 a.m. on Friday. Walked into the ATM area, saw the drawers had been left open. He ran outside, came back with a black plastic bag, and then took the money. Now, I say that's not stealing.
No, if it was open, it's not stealing.
How is that his fucking fault?
Right.
How?
Right.
Why? Because it was in the little shelf? What if that money was like 5 feet away out on the street? That wouldn't be stealing.
Imagine, like, do you think that he had any plans to rob this bank this day?
No.
Exactly. So it's not premeditated. So he should not. I mean, he got away with it, so it doesn't matter. You're not going to catch him now, right?
Yeah, they're still looking for him, I think.
Yeah. First of all, I can't believe the amount of people who still rob. It's a big thing on Long Island to rob a bank here.
To steal things.
Yeah,
Oh.
to rob a bank in the city. I feel like it's no, but for some reason here, like, but still, it's like it's 2022. How do you still rob a bank? How? How do you think you're not going to get caught with all the cameras around?
That's the worst part about it. Like,
Right,
there's cameras on you.
right. That's why I wouldn't rob a bank right now. That's the only
I,
reason. Okay.
that would be that's the only that would be the worst thing in the world to see that and go, shit. Like that's so there for the taking. And you just kind of know you can't.
Right.
Yeah. Isn't that like that's one of my biggest fantasies is that I'll just be walking on the sidewalk and there'll be just like a bag of like 20 grand on the sidewalk. I think about that shit all the time. Like, oh,
Do
what would
you?
I? Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. I'd fucking go right to Atlantic City.
What is the most amount of money you've ever seen on the on the floor that you've picked up?
Huh. That's a good question. I was on a streak for like 3 months when I was 9 years old, where I just found a lot of money on the fucking floor.
Like $1.50?
A lot of quarters, but I think I found I think I found like a $50 bill like on the floor.
Ooh.
By the way, I found more money in my own jacket pockets than I found on the floor.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I just tell you something that's funny
Yeah.
regarding an ATM and a $20 bill? So, when I was in school, this is after high school, college, me and my friend and I would go to this place. This is gonna be bad. You asked if I ever stole something. All right. So we went to school in the city and we would go to like this deli place every single day, eat our lunch there. Um, we would try to bring lunch, but also sometimes like we would get stuff. But the amount that they used to charge for sandwiches and salads were ridiculous. But honestly, it was the only place you could like get it. Yeah, I know. I know, Bird. It's like really bad. The only place you could actually get something and sit down. Like other places, there was no place to sit down. So we wanted a place to actually sit down. So like, and the line was always long to pay. So one day we got a salad and we were like, "Ugh, we'll just pay after the like afterwards because the line is just like forever. So we ate it, we sat down, and we just left because we had to go back to school. And we're like, nah, forget it. Like the line was still long. We'll just whatever. We'll pay tomorrow. We did that for a lot.
Oh
Where
my God.
we would get our sandwiches and salads and then just go sit in the back and like not pay. Like I honestly maybe they felt bad for us because we were young in school and they were like, you know what, whatever. Yeah, it
No,
was
I'm sure they didn't feel bad. I'm sure that didn't know and were pissed.
right. I can't remember how many times we did it. We did it. We did it quite a few times.
I don't understand. I go from you can't feel bad about taking money from a big, huge corporation that's ripping people off like a bank to stealing from a mom and pop sandwich and salad shop
Here's the
on
thing.
a daily basis.
I know it's the city. I know they're gonna charge more, but we did not want to pay $15, $17 for a salad each. We would just like we can't even we weren't even working at the time. Couldn't afford it. Like my mom and dad never just like oh here. I think maybe I worked at Pathmark at the time. Like come on, really? So like yeah, like when we wanted to eat a salad or a sandwich from there, we were gonna get it and not pay for it. Don't tell anybody this in our group.
That is fucking crazy.
Now the funny thing is that across the street there was a bank with an ATM, and we thought that they started to catch on to us because we swore that they were looking at us one day. So we were like, before we go in there, we're gonna get cash. We're gonna go get cash out, right? So we go across the street to the ATM, and there is a $20 bill coming out of the machine before we even put our card in it. And we looked at each other. We were like, oh my God, are we getting punished right now? Like, is God punishing us because of all the stealing that we did? So we were like, you know what? Let's take this 20 and let's go buy ourselves a big salad and share it.
Did you
And that's
actually
what,
buy it that time?
yes, we did.
Hey, that's
We did.
progress. That's a
Okay.
step in the right direction.
Oh, I got to message my friend. I got to message her. And I'd be like, do you remember do you remember that time times we used to steal the salads from that place?
I'll
But
tell
they
you
knew.
what,
They had to know.
now how old were you at the time?
I was 18. What?
I was gonna say I had something when I was like in the 5th grade, maybe 4th grade. They used to have at snack time at our school. They used to have this is grammar school. All right, I'm in the 4th or 5th grade. I can't remember. They used to have like like yogurt bars, like TCBY. Remember the TCBY like ice cream bars?
Mhm.
You remember those?
I do.
So we had a freezer full of those that the local TCBY used to like send over, and we would sell them at like snack time. And like how like you had had like a snack time before lunch, like 15 minutes or whatever it was. So like everybody had to like send somebody from the class to come down and pick up their bars for the whole class and bring them back up. And
Oh
they were
God,
like
how many did you eat? Go ahead.
there were like orders like in the morning or whatever, right? So we would like collect all the orders. And so like people would come down and like we didn't really give a shit. Like we were
Right.
like whatever. So we just let everybody take what they needed to take. Unbeknownst to me, they were like taking like 3 times the amount of shit that they were supposed to be taking. And then like
What?
friends would come by and they'd be like, "Oh, I don't have like a thing. Can I just get it? Get back the next day?" We're like, "Yeah, whatever." And then we would forget like who's gonna remember that the
Right.
next day. So my father gets a call and they're like, "There's a real problem." And he's like, "What's the problem?" And they're like, "Your son is like stealing money from the fucking yogurt thing." So my dad goes down and he's like, he sits down and they go, "Yeah, there's like, there was like 5 bars missing from one week, and then there was like, 6 bars missing another week. One day there was like, like 5 or 8 bars like missing or whatever." And they're like, he's in charge of the yogurt distribution. So, like, how do you want to pay for this? And my father looks at them and goes, "Are you fucking kidding me? He's in the fourth grade. How does he want to pay for it?" He's like, "There's
Oh my
seven
god.
secretaries walking around here. Let one of them fucking, watch the yogurt operation." And he's like, "By the way, what's my son doing out of fucking class running a business for you that he's not in his fucking thing?"
Right.
Like, tore them a new asshole up and down the hallway.
He just got hotter in my book. Go ahead.
And they were like, "Oh, you're right." They're like, "Okay." And then, like, afterwards, he was like, "Were you really doing this?" And I was like, "I don't know, maybe." It's kind of, it's a lot of busy things happening in there.
I don't know, Dad. Right.
Yeah.
God.
My dad's ride or die. He tells this great story about my sister. My fucking sister's away at, like, sleepaway camp, and, he's gotta, like, drive. It was, like, upstate or wherever the fuck it was. It's like a 4-hour drive. So he drives all the way up there, and he sees, like, all the kids are, like, sitting outside, like, on this rock. So he goes in, and he says to my sister, he's like, "Come on, I came up to visit you, take you for ice cream and shit." She's like, "We can't, we're punished." And he's like, "What happened?" She's like, I don't know, just we can't go anywhere." So he goes into, like, the fucking head counselor, and he goes, "What's going on?" He goes, "Well, there was some things stolen or missing from the kids, or somebody was smoking or under the bleachers or whatever the fuck it was." So he goes, "Listen, I just drove fucking 4 hours to visit my daughter, take her and her best friend out for ice cream. I'm not gonna not take them out for ice cream now. I know she didn't do this." So the guy goes, "All right, fine." So they go out for ice cream. So they're having ice cream. My father goes, "Do you know who was, like, smoking or whoever whatever the fucking crime was?" She goes, "Yeah, me and my friend who you took out for ice cream."
Oops.
So the rest of the kids were punished the whole day while she fucking went out and got ice cream.
See, real nice.
He never told.
No,
Guys,
exactly.
Big Mike's he's a fucking ride or die kind of a guy.
Oh, oh, I know.
He don't say shit.
Oh, I know.
So, all right, back to this 200 grand. Stop it with that look. Would you fucking I feel like this is entrapment. Like, who's not gonna fucking go?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, God.
I
It's
mean, I
like that
probably wouldn't.
$20 bill was waiting for me at the ATM.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't because I'm a pussy. But like,
Yes.
okay, let me rephrase this. If there's a blackout and I walk in that bank, I'm fucking taking that money.
Mm,
I am fucking taking that. I'm banking on the fact that I hope there's not a fucking backup generator that's running the fucking cameras.
right. No, 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 no. I'm sure that's the first thing banks think of when there is a blackout. Like, oh shit, someone's coming in here.
Let's go steal some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest fish in the world. This was your story, J Sabs.
Frank?
Frank's not a fish.
Mm,
Although Frankie Fish is a good name. I like that
I
name a
know.
lot.
Um, what's the biggest fish you ever caught? Oh wait, I forgot. You don't like to fish.
I do not like well, it's not
Okay,
that I don't like to fish. I just like to gamble and drink alcohol and smoke cigars more.
let me see. I'm gonna show you the biggest fish I ever caught.
Don't make me a bad person, by the way.
Oh, I definitely am. Um.
Wait, Frank just sent me a statement from Donald Trump. Should we?
Oh God, no.
I fucking love him. At least he's consistent.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Ah, go ahead.
Do you want to
Go,
hear this?
go ahead.
I have not heard. All right, while you're getting your fish photo,
Okay.
um, statement by Donald Trump. Today is Father's Day, where we celebrate fatherhood and the influence we have on society. I have been a father to many things in this great country: Trump resorts, Trump airlines, Trump hotels, Trump steaks, Trump real estate, and of course, the great MAGA movement. My children, Eric, Tiffany, Barron, Don Jr., and Ivanka, have been lucky to have Trump. This can't be real.
It sounds fake, and I'm only half paying attention.
Yeah, I think he's fucking with me. Have all been lucky to have Trump as their father. I've taught them many great lessons over the years, and because of me, they are very smart. Ivanka, who many people say I would be dating. Okay, this isn't real.
You're like, no, this ain't right. No. You think it's real?
I honestly don't know what to think. So Melania and I wish the fathers of this great nation a happy Father's Day, except for Dick Cheney, the father of Liz Cheney, who is not very smart, and Rhino DeSantis, who will never be president. This is
Oh,
real. That can't be real. Did you find the fish picture yet?
I did. Um. Okay, so I was scared to reel it in. I'm gonna cover the person's face who's holding it. Okay, so I did reel it in. I was scared to hold it. Mm, I have to hold it a certain way. So the person who I went fishing with is holding it.
Holy shit. That's like the size of a person.
Yeah. And let me just type, ooh, it's on me now. Hold on. Is that better? No, it's still like,
Yeah, there you
yeah,
go.
there we go.
That's a big fucking fish. You caught that fish?
Yeah, man. I was like,
What kind of fish is that? Is that a trouser trout?
bass, bass. um, I don't know how many. I know how many pounds it was. It was huge though. And I was like, I don't know if I could do this. That was my I don't know if I could
Wait,
do this moment.
it was huge and you didn't know if you could do it?
I don't know if I could take this home. All right, someone's got to pay me for that. Come on, guys.
All right, so a guy in northern Cambodia hooked what people are saying is the world's largest fish. 661 pounds.
Damn.
It was the greatest fish. It was huge.
Huge.
13 feet in length near a remote island on the Mekong River.
Mihook? Mihu River?
Holy shit. This just looks like a huge it looks like a fucking fish melted. That's what it
I know.
looks
It
like.
doesn't. Like, how do you even catch? I wonder how he caught it. By which?
He wasn't wearing a mask. I think that's pretty obvious.
Definitely not.
Gag.
Definitely not.
I put it in the live chat so everybody can see the blobby fish on Instagram. See, I don't want to be in this part of the world where there are fish this fucking big.
Yeah, no. Although, okay, so if I get in, I've been in the water with all kinds of fish. Shark.
You swam with the sharks?
Yes, I'm a honeymoon. What
Oh,
else?
excuse me, Monaco. I didn't fucking know you were all doing all these crazy things.
Stingrays too. Yes, Paige wrote something. She asked if that was a stingray. Um, Fish don't bother me in the water, but
No?
yet if a tiny spider is behind me right now, I will flip the fuck out.
How does
Okay.
that make any sense? How?
As I'm looking, I have to look now. Thanks, because I
Hold on,
can't.
let me
I
go over to
can't.
Paige here. My daughter and her dad fished all day yesterday out of Atlantic City. Most were throwbacks. Not many keepers in Jersey this whole season. Yeah, but how many bodies did they fucking hook?
Right.
That's what I want to know. I didn't even know you could fish in Atlantic City. I didn't know they did anything outside of hookers and gambling.
And
Is there
blow.
water there?
Yes. You've never been on the beach there?
Once. Not like to go on the beach, just to go for like a walk.
So the beach there actually is pretty nice.
Is it really like the sand and everything? It doesn't really look. Is it nice?
It is.
Huh.
You haven't been there. Well, don't worry, you'll be there soon enough in October.
Frankie Fish's birthday.
Yeah.
I fucking let's not focus on the whole part of the story. But I was in Atlantic City. I'm walking on the beach. It's like 4 in the morning.
No,
Okay.
you're definitely with my brother. Go ahead.
It was one of those crazy nights. It's fucking 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, whatever it was. It had to be closer to 5 because the sun was up. The sun was coming up. And I come around, like I come walk down the beach, come around the boardwalk, and I just see some guy's asshole.
You were definitely with my brother.
And he's just fucking hammering away at this girl underneath him. Yeah, never forget that. Never forget that. I was like, holy shit. I was like, this guy is just
Wait,
going for it on the beach.
he was on top,
He was on top.
and you saw his asshole.
Huge, huge asshole.
I like the story.
Yeah, it's not a bad story. But it was like the sun was coming up. So like the sun was like low on the horizon
Okay.
and it was just like shining directly into his asshole. His asshole and the sun were
We're one. We're one.
yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
Christy says, yuck, try fucking being there. I'm haunted with this nightmare now for the rest of my life. That's all I see. Sometimes is this guy's asshole. I'll see anyway. My mom was 4. I love how she said mom. That's so adorable.
Oh, I love that.
When my mom was 4, she caught a shark. She was in the newspaper and everything. Fuck. See?
Oh.
I'd be afraid like the rest of Jaws's family would fucking come after me.
See now, okay. So the only time I ever freaked out in the water, we went to Atlantis, and so if you go on jet skis there in the water outside of Atlantis, it's not through the hotel. It's like individual businesses. You have to go to them and book it. So I went with a large group. Was actually there for a wedding, and all of us decided to go. And when I got on, me and my husband went on one jet ski. We were sharing it, and when we got on it, and he started to go, I'm like, this doesn't feel right. And he's like, it's what do you mean? I'm like, there's just, I don't know, I feel like there's something wrong with this one. I was talking about his penis, by the way. I wasn't
Got
talking
it.
about the jet ski.
Got it.
So we start to go, and all of a sudden, there's no gas.
Ugh.
The water is choppy. What do you think happens? We both fly off. I'm not kidding you. It was like we could not stay on. And so I forgot which movie I watched like a week before we went, where it was all sharks eating people in the water. I forgot what it was, but this thought came into my mind and I flipped out in the water. Like, and I don't get like that in the water. Because I love to swim and I love to swim in the ocean. Like I'll go here and I love it. And it's not like, the Bahamas, whatever. And everyone was like, Janine, you need to calm down. And I was like, no, where's the shark? There's a shark. There's a shark. Meanwhile, if you ever been to Atlantis, and again, like that morning, there's an aquarium there, and there's probably like 150 sharks in these tanks around Atlantis. So all you see is sharks. Like, so now I'm like, there's sharks, freaking the fuck out that the guys came out and rescued us because we were trying to get on someone else's jet ski. First we try to get back on ours. We get back on, we fall back off. Okay, that's how bad it was. And I'm like, I was like shaking. I was crying. So the guys had to come rescue us. And then we were trying to get. You ever try to get back on a jet ski in choppy water? No, not happening.
Mm-hmm. It's not easy.
No, no, sorry. So I forgot what my point was, but it's just no. That's the only time I ever freaked out in water.
You know something? Jet skis in choppy water fucking suck.
Mm-hmm.
Because on our honeymoon, my wife and I, we rented a jet ski. We went on this like jet ski tour, and it was cool and shit. But my fucking balls were vibrating for a week after, and we were just like fucking. It was choppy as we were going out to this like wreckage area, and we just kept
Mhm.
fucking like just hit, like because it bounces up and then it dips down, then it shoots back up again. So you're kind of like bouncing up at the same time. So my balls were just hitting this fucking thing that was just vibrating the whole time. It was like a miserable experience.
Yeah, no.
I didn't like it.
They're not great. Oh,
Thank
bless you.
you.
Anyway, there's
Um,
a lot of sharks near us anyway out here.
yeah, there is, and they're getting like closer and closer to the
Yep.
fucking beach all the time. Oh, here's another asshole thing my wife does. She fucking brings up like the shark, the fucking shark GPS, and she'll be like right before we go to the beach, like, look how many fucking shark there are. I'm like, I don't want to fucking see
But you
that
don't do you go
shit.
in the water or no?
Yeah, I go in the water all the
Oh,
time.
okay. Good.
Yeah,
Just,
I love going in the water.
watch out. Just
Actually,
say,
almost lost my son in the water once. I'll never forget this. We
"Oops."
fucking went to the beach. It was so rough. I took him in, and I were like just waiting around, just like hanging out. This huge fucking wave comes, creams us. He goes under. I'm under. I'm holding on to him for dear life. I can tell he's terrified. I pick him up, comes out of it, and I'm like, just like, hey, wasn't that fun? And he was like, oh, I guess so. And I just like had to put this like brave face on, but inside I was
Oh,
fucking dying.
yeah. Yeah,
I
a
was
little.
fucking. You ever do something that and you're like kicking yourself like 3 years later? You're like, what a fucking idiot! Like, why were you even in there? You could have fucking, you would have dropped that kid. That would have been the end of it.
Uh, yes. So, this goes into, like, why did you do this, Janine? Why? Why? So another time we were at the Bahamas, um, we meet a couple at the bar. This is not gonna turn into anything sexual, so
This is
don't
the
even.
swinger story, or sorry.
We meet a couple, we start talking to them, we have a few drinks. This does sound like, and, so we were at a marina, and they were like, "We have a boat. Do you wanna come back to it?" And we were like, "Sure, why not?" We were fucking I we were drunk off our fucking like, bad. Even my husband was like, "Mm." So we're like, "Sure." So we're walking, like, along the dock, and the guy gets in, like, what's, like, the boat to the big boat? What are those thing called?
Like a tender? No.
Yeah, but
Is
it's
that what they call it?
like a small little.
Dingy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, "Oh," and he's like, "Oh, no, no, we're out there." So I see this boat, right? Kind of far out because they obviously didn't wanna pay to dock their boat actually at the dock, so it's
Mhm.
like a smaller thing. Yeah, dinghy, that's it. So I'm like I look like a 10, I'm like I, like, mouth it like, "Should we go?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's go, let's go." So so we start to go, and we get on the boat, we have more drinks, we have more fun, and not like that fun, but, it was just, like, they were very nice. He obviously was, like, a millionaire because he had his own kinda some kinda startup company. So, they had come from Florida, so it was a pretty good-sized boat too. They were young. So they were like, "We're hungry. Let's go back. We don't have anything here to eat. Let's go back to the mainland." We're like, "All right, fine." So we go back, and like between their boat and the dock, my husband and her husband were like, "We're hot. We want to like start. We want to swim." And I was like, "Okay." And then jump in the water, and I was like, and they start swimming back to shore. I'm not kidding you. It was not close. And then I started thinking of the sharks again, and I'm like, "Great. I'm gonna fucking die. He's gonna get gobbled up. I'm gonna be sitting with this swinger, and like I don't know what she's gonna try to do to me." Right? So we all make it back to shore. Um, and we're like, all right, so our you can't really drive on this island like with cars, they use golf carts. So we're like, we'll tell them like We'll meet you at this restaurant because they had rented a golf cart too. So we get in the golf cart and immediately I tell my husband, I am not in any shape to go to any restaurant right now. It's gonna be bad. It's a feather. So he's like, we have to go. We just met these people. Like they invited us on their boat. They gave us all these drinks. They were nice to us. So we get to the restaurant. We order our food. I tell my husband, I'm gonna say I have to go to the bathroom. You come and meet me at the golf cart and we'll leave. And that's what we did.
You fucking left them there with the food and everything? What the
Yeah.
fuck?
So the next morning I woke up and I was like, how did you swim in that ocean? I mean, it was dark, it was blackout. There was like, it was nighttime. It was like, I don't know, 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I'm like, and these people are gonna they're gonna think like we try to like I don't even know. Like I felt bad for them. So we go to the bar the next day and I hadn't I got was her name just like by any chance? Right.
Were you in the U.S. Virgin Islands when this was
Right.
fucking happening? I don't know.
So we we go to this marina, we go to the bar, and we're like, and the guys were like, "Oh, the fun Americans are back," and we're like, "What did we do?" Right? I don't remember that night. I really don't. So we asked if they had seen them, and they were like, "Yeah, the guy lost his wallet. He was wondering if he left it here. He couldn't find it." And now I'm like, they
You
probably
think
think
he's
we robbed them. Okay. I'm looking through my purse, find something. I find her name written down. I guess I wrote her name down. I don't remember this at all. I find her on Facebook. I'm like, I do not want her to think that we stole anything. So I found her on Facebook. I friend requested her. I was like, hey, what's up? So sorry about the other night, guys. Like, are you still here? And she's like, oh my God, no, it's okay. We actually left. But my husband lost his wallet. And I was like, yes, they told me. I was like, oh my God, please don't think that we stole your wallet.
You said that to her?
Yeah, I did because I was like, there's no way. Funny enough, they lived on their boat for a while. They came up to New York once and we had dinner with them. Because I was like,
That's so weird.
we had to. We had to because I felt bad because I was like, we flat left them at a restaurant. They probably paid the bill for our
Okay.
food.
That's of course they fucking did. What do you think? The restaurant was like, oh yeah, sure. Those two people you didn't know, we'll pay for it. Of course
The
they
food
paid
didn't
for it.
In my defense, the food didn't come yet, okay?
I gotta be honest with you.
Sorry, that was a long story.
Between
Go ahead.
between skipping out on the bill, stealing that guy's wallet, and stealing all those salads, this is not a banner episode for your
No, it's
reputation.
really not. It's really not.
I think this is the weirdest fucking thing you have ever told me.
Which part?
The part the part is a lot of it is weird. I would have do you make friend vacations? Like
Yes. Yes, we do.
you
We do.
do?
We do.
Like every time you go away?
Um, oh my God, last time we did, we met such a nice couple. Yes. And then the time before we do. We do. Um, you're gonna you're not gonna like this one.
Because I just gotta tell you, I would have never gone on their boat, not knowing these people.
You wouldn't have, right?
Never.
Well, the
No.
thing is, we thought their boat was at the dock. We didn't think it was like in the middle of the ocean. I probably would have if I would have seen that.
But you were like at the bar or at the restaurant? Where were you when you met them?
We were at the bar at the marina.
Yeah. Okay. So you're already at the event. You're there. Like there's no reason to change venues other than to fuck each other's husbands. Like there's just no other reason.
Sorry, mom.
I mean, I can see meeting people and going, do you want to go get a drink or do
Yeah.
you want to go get food? Not, do you want to do what we're doing here in a more private setting where we could easily fuck each other's husbands.
I think because they were talking about they had 2 dogs, and I love dogs and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I wanna meet your dogs." And they were like,
You
this
know,
one
that's the kind of shit
definitely
that I
taking advantage of this one's butthole later."
I was I was gonna say that's the kind of shit I tell my daughter to avoid. I go, if strangers tell you they have dogs they want you to see,
It was
do
probably
not
more like this.
follow
"Oh my
them.
god, I love dogs. I love dogs." "What kind?" "Sure, let's go to your boat." So you wouldn't have gotten on the boat.
Okay, I would not have gotten on a boat. When you said they didn't have food, the relief that came over me of like, "Oh, you could get off of the boat now and go back to civilization." That was amazing.
Right.
Leaving the dinner is a little strange. Reaching out to her afterwards is very
Come on, I
strange.
didn't want I didn't want her to think that I stole her I
I
could
ki I kinda get it, but you had no proof. There was nothing for you to be like, "Did."
well, I coulda used it. I coulda
That's true,
used
I
it,
guess. Yeah, that's
and
true.
I didn't. And
That's true. But then to be like, if they would have called me up and been like, "Hey, we're in New York. Do you wanna meet up?" I would have been like, "Listen, let me explain something to you. We were drunk and on vacation. In no way, shape, or form did I ever wanna fucking hear from you ever
no,
again."
they were really nice. They were really nice. They were. So we actually did well, I did it. We went to karaoke and dinner. Oh my
Just
god.
you and your like, a group of people or just you and your
Just the
husband
4 of
and the
us.
2 of them?
Just the 4 of us. Once again, they docked, like, in the Hudson River or wherever, and they were like, "We're gonna go downtown. Do you guys wanna meet?" And we're like, "Yes."
I don't understand. You're not this nice to me and my wife.
No.
Sometimes we'll dine 15 minutes away from where you live, or like, "You wanna come meet us?" And you're like, "Fuck no."
I'm like, "What?"
Robin wants to know, did they ever find the wallet?
No. Uh, they determined that it fell out in the guy's, off out of his pants in the, water.
During the midnight
Yeah.
swim?
Yeah, exactly. Um, and also, that's not the first time that we've met people on vacation and then met here.
Are
Like,
you fucking for real? That happened
I'm
more than
not.
once?
Mhm. Yep.
You Yeah, and you're telling me you're not a fucking swinger? I'm just not gonna buy it. Just not buying that narrative
We m
any longer.
we met this old couple, okay, not old, but like parents' age, on a cruise that they did not stop dancing. They were so funny. They played the honeymoon game. After the honeymoon game, they were kind of reminding me of me and my husband because they started dating in high school and they lived near each other. And I was like, I said something to her after the honeymoon game. And then we started talking and we hung out. Miss Justice, you're right. We hung out, I'm not kidding, until like 3 in the morning the night before the cruise ended. We exchanged numbers, Facebook, social media, Facebook. Turns out they live upstate, like near Woodstock. And this is no joke, his son is in a pretty well known band, and his face was on the Woodstock picture, like one of the faces in the crowd. They used his picture. When I tell you the nicest man, and I said to him, "I wish you were my dad." Like, he was the nicest, nicest man, right?
Mhm.
So when his son had a show in the city once, he was like, "I'd love to see you guys. Why don't you come?" So we're like, "Okay, fine." So we met them. Now, this is where it's gonna get a little sad. So get a tissue. Get a fucking tissue, okay?
What?
He fucking gets hit by a drunk driver 3 years ago. And the
The old
guy,
man?
yep, hit and run.
Holy shit.
Fucking horrible. Really. And that's why I'm like, There's no God. Sorry. There's no there sorry. How does this fucking happen, okay?" When I tell you I saw this and I fucking cried like I like it was my family member, okay?
Because he was
I
an old
felt
guy and you never got to swing with him.
no,
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading the comments. I was half listening.
he so yeah, they like I said, the nicest people. Well, she was nice too, but you just like why do these things happen? Okay?
Yeah. Let me ask you a question.
Good. Sorry to bring it down.
Aren't
Good.
you ever skeptical that these people are going to rob you or take advantage of you or some kind of fucking scam or
No,
weirdos or
because I think I have a pretty good judge of character and I know I
I'm
could read
telling you,
people.
I'm telling you, you don't. I know your friends. You do not have a good judge of character. Yeah, but you're like a foreign, like,
Yeah.
I.
No.
So when I was younger, much younger, I was on a cruise with my parents, right?
Oh,
Fucking
you caught them swinging. Go ahead.
no. So we go for so dinner for whatever reason. It was just the three of us, me and my mother and my father. Whatever reason you could choose between sitting by yourself or sitting with a big table. So we decided to sit at the big table. So it was this other family of four. We're sitting there. Oh, good. Where are you from? New York. Oh, no shit. We're from New York too. Oh, where? Queens. Oh, get the fuck out. We're from Queens. What neighborhood? Howard Beach. Get the fuck out of here. Turns out they live 4 blocks from us.
Shut up.
4 blocks. Spent the whole week together. Kid was a little older than me. He had an older sister. Our parents were the same age. We fucking hung out the whole cruise. We had a fucking
Aw.
blast, right? This and that. We'll see you back. We hung out twice after that. And that second time we were looking at each other going, boy, this was a whole vacation thing, wasn't it? There's no fucking reason for us to be together. We never fucking saw those people ever again.
Now, do I know them?
You might. I don't even know. You
Do you
might.
still know their name?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's nice though too. Like I think it's nice
Is
to
it
meet.
nice?
It is nice to meet people.
I don't know. I'll give you another one. I'm on the honeymoon with Cuddles. We see this like couple. You know, when you see a couple and you're like, these people are assholes. Like I could tell they're assholes, right? And then, um, like, and okay, so the place we went to, it was like
Oh,
everybody was.
I just remember another story. Go ahead.
I'll let you tell it. Everybody where we were was on a honeymoon. There wasn't a fucking family there. There wasn't a single person. Like everybody was on a fucking honeymoon. It's just like the kind of
Right.
place that you go. So I see this like asshole couple, and I'm like, look at these fucking assholes. And then I swear to you, walking across the pool, on the other side, I see another couple, and I go, I don't know who the bigger asshole couple is, that one or this one. Within 5 minutes, like I forget whatever happened, they got sent the wrong drinks or whatever, and they like started talking, and like we're like watching this, and then they were like fucking playing football, like for
Oh yeah.
whatever reason, like a football appeared, and the guys
We
were
were
throwing a football back and forth, and then the guy threw a football at one of the waiters who was holding a drink and thought it was hysterical, and I was just like, these people are fucking douchebags. But I think they like hung out for the next 2 days. We saw them together, and then one of them was at the tail end of their trip and was leaving.
um like one of those couples, me and my husband.
No, it wasn't. But I just remember thinking and then I was like watching them, and like the guy was talking to the guy and the girl was talking to the girl. I just remember thinking like, you're on your honeymoon, like
Yeah,
you're
that's a little although so now this is a very, very, very strange story. We go to Tahiti for our honeymoon. Sorry. We went on a cruise first. Well, first we went there and then we went on a cruise. And it wasn't a big boat. I think it was
wait,
like
did you pay for this with all the money you saved on salads during your
you bet your ass I did.
Go ahead.
About 600 people. So you saw the same people over and over and over. So we made friends with two different couples, and the six of us started hanging out, like, a few times. One of the couples was from California. And again, we became friends on Facebook a year and a half after that because we exchanged emails first. And, we be talking back and forth. And then we kind of lost touch, but we were still friends on Facebook. It wasn't like, sometimes a little comment here, but it hadn't been years. I'm at my last job. Now, I got married in 2006. So in 2017, um, I would handle all my boss's calls. Like before they got sent to him, I would pick up and screen them. So this guy calls and he's like, "Hey, can I speak to blah blah blah?" And I'm like, now his voice sounded familiar, and I was like, "Where am I getting this? Where am I getting this voice from?" Like, I know it. So he's like, he was trying to sell my boss oil, like an oil rig, I don't know, something. So I'm like, "What's your name?" And he goes, Lynn. And I was like, "Shut the fuck up." I'm like, and I said his last name, and he was like,
Manuel Miranda?
no.
Oh,
He was like, uh, how did, he's like, "How did you know that?" I'm like, "We met on a cruise in 2006." And he was like, "Wait, is this Janine? Janine?" And I was like, "What are the chances of this? Isn't that crazy?"
that's fucking crazy.
So he randomly was like telling, like, cold calling, and he found my boss's name, and that was it because he's the owner of the company. How weird is that? That, you know, you just, um, like we just met
It's
how
first of all,
many,
it's crazy that that happens. It's even crazier that you fucking recognized his voice.
because he had a very whiny voice. He did. I'm sorry. And then, so again, here we go. Um, the other couple, so they were from California. The other couple was from Long Island.
Wait, and they were
And
driving a car in the city one day and killed the old man? Is that because I think that's Final Destination. I'm not sure though.
um, they're from Long Island. Again, email, didn't, lost touch. I didn't even know their Facebook, whatever. 2 years ago,
I
I'm
can't
in
believe you're
Target.
fucking emailing these people. I'm
I
sorry.
know, just
What
like,
are
"Hey,
you
how are
doing?
you?"
Like,
Blah blah.
yeah,
Listen, you got a fucking network, kid.
who
Okay,
cares? I would
you never know when you might need someone, and you never know who they know.
I gotta be honest with you. Some people like write to me or they'll text me like, "Hey, how's it going? I haven't seen you in 4 years," and I go right back. There's a reason. There's this is not an accident that we haven't spoken to each other in four
Right?
fucking years.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was in Target 2 years ago, and I go down the aisle, and I'm like, "That's the guy from. That's the husband of the woman from the honeymoon."
And did you go up to him and say talk
I
to him?
did.
Oh my god. I can't even think. In a fucking Target?
So I said his name. He looked up at me. He's like, and I'm like, "We were on a cruise in 2006 again."
Oh my god. He didn't remember you?
And he was like, "Oh my god." No, he remembered me. He's like, "Janine." And I was like, he was like, "This is crazy." I was like, "Yeah, I know." And then his wife was there, and then like and then actually my husband was there too, and we were all like talking, and it was hysterical. And then I pulled up my phone, and we were looking at pictures from my honeymoon. Oh, so yeah. So for some reason, I meet these people on these trips, and I don't know, like I do like to always stay in touch with people though. Like that's my one thing. Except if I don't like you, then go fuck yourself.
I was gonna say, I mean, we're at the I was just thinking about this the other day. I don't know if I'm just a huge asshole. It's entirely possible.
Yes.
But we don't even we're in a group chat with one another. I don't even know the point of it anymore. Because
It's
nobody
getting sad. It's getting like,
nobody reacts to anything
no,
any longer.
no.
We just put stuff there.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then
It's like I'm
some
talking
other
to my husband and all of you. Like, there's no reason.
yeah. It's so like nobody's like, "Oh,
Well,
that's a funny
yeah.
video," or, "Oh, okay, there was a happy birthday." That got a lot of traction. There was a kid birthday and Father's Day, so everybody was chiming in. But again, it seems like an obligation. Like people are like, "Oh, happy Father's Day to all the dads."
Copy paste.
Yeah. And it's like, well, there's no like, what are you doing? Or, like, how'd that fucking hamburger turn out? Like, there was no conversation whatsoever. And you're emailing people you were on a fucking island with 10 years ago. That's amazing to me. That is fucking amazing to me. Christy, my ex-husband and I, my best friend, went to a bar in Mexico. We ended up meeting a couple of wild girls from Australia. A few hours later, and tequila, one of the girls blurred out, "I just got to get laid tonight." And my husband says, "Well, I'm not available." And she said, "I'm not talking about you." And she looked at me. Oh, I've seen this movie on YouPorn. It's good.
I was in this one. That's
Then
another trip.
then my best friend said she's not available. It might have been an interesting night. Not might. That definitely would have been
Oh,
an interesting night, Christy.
see, I never got that vibe.
I don't understand because I swear to you, if another couple talks to me on vacation, I'm either thinking they want to fuck us or they're so miserable with each other, they're just looking to talk to other people, in which case I still don't want to talk to them. I think it
No.
has to be a total like organic, like just happenstance thing. Like it can't like what do you say to these people? Like hi, my name is Gene and this is my husband. Like what do you do? How do you fucking
Do you know what life is?
I would just never I don't know, I just wouldn't fucking bother anybody. I don't know. It's just that seems strange to me.
Um, okay, so the last people who we met, which was in October when we went to Florida, um, people a couple behind us, we were we did the Halloween Horror Nights and they were asking like, which line is this like which house is this line for? So I was telling them and I was like, she said to me, "Did you do another house?" And then it just went from there. It just went from there. That's it.
Mhm.
And guess what? We hung out with them the whole entire night. We went from house to house with each other, had some drinks. You know, again, became Facebook friends because guess what? They're from New York. They're from
I
Brooklyn. They
I
get
can't.
us.
Alright. Okay. Then
Okay.
what how like do you like write them?
Um, like again, like sometimes just we'll comment on each other's like pictures on Facebook or statuses. You know, listen, like I said, you never know. You
Have you ever
never
used
know.
any of these people for anything?
Not yet. Well, those people, the first people for their boat.
Right. Got it. Alright, I will say, oh, I have a huge boat. That makes a lot of sense. That makes some sense.
Yeah. When I told my mother that story, she was fucking horrified. She was like, I can't even believe you went on that boat." I'm
Mhm.
like, "What did you think they were gonna do to us?" Like, if I felt like I said, I have a really good judge of character of people. Like you, you know, I have a good judge. So if I thought that they were gonna do anything to us, like a smidge, no, I wouldn't have went on their boat. Okay, maybe good to see the dogs, and that's it.
Like, I don't know.
I know
I
you think I'm weird tonight, huh?
I no,
You
I
blown
just
away?
I don't I just think we have different life experiences. I think we just have different life experiences.
Sure do.
I like the one time that I could have specifically I will tell you the story as long as you agree that there will be no follow-up questions.
Oh God. Go ahead.
Okay. The one time where I threw caution to the wind and I was like, I'm gonna do some stupid things tonight. I wound up at a fucking drug den in Las Vegas. Okay. So I just think we have and I was like, I just remember being in that situation going, I got a lifeline to get the fuck out of there, and I took it, and I was just like, yeah, I'm probably not going to do that kind of shit again.
Okay, next time I see you, I want to know every single thing. Sorry, you can't just,
Yeah, I shouldn't say drug den. That's exaggerated, but drug deals were occurring in the household.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's drug den would have been a little fucking strong.
So you enjoy drugs with others, and I enjoy sex with others. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with.
Don't make us bad people, right?
Right.
All right, that's it. We've covered 2 out of the 7 topics, and we don't have time to do any more. So
Yeah,
I think it's pretty good. I think we did some pretty good progress this
I
evening.
mean, sorry guys. You know what? People are gonna look at me differently now, not because of all the friends that I made on vacation and hung out with them, but because of the fucking salad story.
The salad story. People are gonna be like, "What kind of a person steals a salad?"
Don't charge $17 for a salad and
I
to
I was just gonna
18-year-old
say,
kids.
there's fucking people right now in the South and in other parts of the country that are like, "It's $6 for a salad. What's this
Yeah.
woman doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This might change who knows Janine's best JSAB's trivia, which we're gonna do, I guess, at some point this week. We didn't do it on Friday. Did you know that?
I did know that because I fast forwarded to the end and I didn't see it.
That is truly that's the essence of Janine. Let me fast forward to this bullshit till I
Yes.
get to my part.
I'm so sorry I missed Friday. I was out with one of the people that I met on vacation.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about this. Who the fuck were you wanting to I get a picture from Janine. She goes, "Oh, I don't think I'm gonna make it tonight." It's 2 cocktails on a fucking table. And right away I think, "Oh, she's cheating on her husband again." And then I look closer and it was a woman. And then I thought, "Wow, she's cheating on her husband with a woman. That's amazing."
Right.
Who the fuck were you out with on a Friday night? What life do you fucking have?
My friend.
The other?
No, you've never met her before.
I'd never met this friend.
Nope.
Good. We've known each other for 20 years, and you know somebody that I've never met. That checks out. Sounds perfectly safe.
Actually, you know what I want to do? Just had a thought. For July 4th, I'm going to invite all the people that I've met on vacation and have them and see who shows up.
I would love it because the second one of them walks through the door, I'm gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing here?
You
Do
met
you
this
not
one
have
on vacation?
Yeah.
Like, hello?
Like 8 years ago, and you fucking show up at the July 4th party? Like, don't you have any like a life? Aren't you afraid for your life?" We do have a friend who
Listen.
has a gun. We should hold him up at gunpoint
Right.
when they
Some
walk in. That'd be
some people
hilarious.
like me. What can I say?
I
Some.
don't
Not
get
a
it.
lot, but some.
I don't get it. Yeah. It's just, what do you
Robin,
fucking
thank you. I've been thinking about that. You said I should write a book.
A JSAB's book would be great. That would be
I
something else.
What chapter should the salad stealing?
That's gotta be early. It all started when I started stealing salads. That's when my luck began. When did you put your hand in Subway cum? Was that before or after the salads?
That was after.
That was after?
Yeah, I felt bad, so I felt like I had to do it.
Well, now we know
That
why
was
you got
guilt for the years
Yeah,
to come.
that's called karma right there.
Mhm.
If I barely socialize with somebody and like 3 years later they DM me or like, "Hey, remember when we went on vacation together?" I'd be like, "Dude, get a fucking life." Like that time is past. Like we were
Oh,
vacation friends.
so it actually was not long at all. Like, we went to the Bahamas in August, and we met those people in like October. So it was only a few months afterwards. And then the older people from the cruise went on the cruise in July, and we met them in, I think it was like November. So it wasn't long at all. But yeah.
Paul, at least it kept JSABs from working at Peep World in Times Square.
Yeah,
Not
thank you.
necessarily true.
Thank you, Salad.
Jack me off for $2. Title for JSAB's book. I think Subway cum should be in the running. I've never read a book.
Confessions of a Salad Stealer.
Oh, That's good. That's pretty good.
Netflix show. There you go.
Confessions of a Salad Stealer. The Adventures of Young J Sabs, who doesn't pay for salads yet makes friends on vacations.
And goes on luxurious yachts.
Do you think they're sitting at home going, for a salad stealer, she was a real sweetheart on that vacation? I can't believe.
I would. Oh my God.
You would die if your vacation friends found out you like to
If they
fucking steal
found out,
salads.
if they found, Katana's like, never tell that story to anyone we don't know, please. Even people we do know, don't tell them.
All right. We got to
Okay,
leave it there, J Sabs. That's it for the program. Oh, how about this? This is coming in from Shelly. I like my salads tossed.
Me too.
Is that a good title for your book?
I like it.
All right. Let me see. Oh, that's what she said. My salad days. Cocktober cruise.
Paul, let's be honest, that's yours.
There's a lot of great suggestions coming. Okay. All right. Well, let's not take any of these title ideas off the table. Appreciate you guys for watching or listening. Again, more JSABs, more Frankie C, more of your old pal Ant in the members only area. Make sure you join now. Link in the description below. Of course, you get the link on the homepage of anthonyonair.com. Link for our merch is there as well. And the Save a Salad Fund for JSABs. You can find a link there as well. We will catch you guys on the next episode. Take it easy.
Show me potato salad.
Maybe we should go now. Go ahead.